You remember the mass
That's
genocide
a
of the Crusades?
different argument.
You're moving the goalpost, Triple X.
So don't say I'm not moving the goalpost.
You're moving the goalpost because that's not what I'm talking about. Because we are agreeing that religion.
I try to normalize what I want. I'm just saying that you're saying because of the praise and worship.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
This podcast episode is brought to you by Itopia Live Herbos, where cannabis and culture combine for a one-of-a-kind experience. Visit them at 10A West Kings House Road, just across on the Canadian Embassy. Also visit them on IG at Itopia Life or their webpage at itopialife.com for the latest info on strains and merch. This part is also brought to you by
Lulu's Holistics. Follow them on Instagram at Lulu's Holistics, and you can check them out at www.lulusholistics.com. And guys, you can use our code TheFix to get 10% off your next purchase.
You can also use our code TheFixJA and purchase Curly Locks' new book, Planet Earth, the greatest book ever written. All right, use the link in our description, and remember, use the promo code TheFixJA to get a discount off your purchase. Big up Curly Locks. Also, we have to say big ups to
Lothian's Boutique. Follow them on Instagram at Lothian's Boutique, and you can use my code Ariane10 to get 10% off your next bundle purchase.
Also, big ups to J Alt Business Solutions. Get your high-end phones and electronics from J Alt Business. Good customer service, unbeatable deals, quality products. Follow them and get 5% off your first purchase. Follow them at J Alt Business on Instagram, that is. Yeah. All right. I want to say big ups to our patrons, DB and Tamagood, and also Fix Merch people. Get the black tee with the white logo, the blue tee with the faded logo, the Fix mask and the Fix mug. And as you can see, Ari awkwardly showing off right there, the Fix Things merch people. All right. Get it all up on our merch store at teespring.com/stores the Fix JA. The main topic this week, it would seem, in the realms of dancehall music is Prime Minister Andrew Holness saying that recent music is degrading Jamaica's culture. There's been much discussion surrounding this, especially since the council from St. James came out and called for a ban on gun songs. Now the Prime Minister
St. James
has weighed in and said, "Yo, this is what I think."
Which is what?
Which is that some of the music now in dancehall is degrading Jamaica's culture. Did we even see the full video?
No, I haven't seen the
I've
video.
seen some of it, and I understood what he was saying, and I understood that people
will take it out of
misconstrued
context, of course.
his words and took it out of
that video.
context.
Oh yes,
Where
I
must
saw
I
that
say?
snippet.
Where must I say?
I saw that.
I never see that video. I mean, I see that video.
You
It's
didn't see the video?
right?
All right, let me just read some quotes. In the last few decades, our music has been overtaken by violence. The music we are producing, we are devaluing our culture, which is a very important asset for economic development. Yeah, did I address the opening of the Jamaica Stock Exchange? It's peculiar, by the way.
For the last, how much years them say?
You didn't give her time.
He didn't give her time.
The last decades or something?
In the last few decades.
All right, for the
last few decades.
Andrew Holness.
He did also praise Chronics for producing violent film. He bring Chronics as an example. I think most of the performance.
Everybody can be a Chronics man. You come like, all right, praise KFC for the chicken that them cook, but people still need a burger. People still love patty.
You know, we had a similar
understand me? I
discussion about this earlier.
Chronics and Coffee create music for their niche group, or who want that music there. Skilly Bang is a necessary evil. Intense is a necessary evil. And I don't really mean evil as in the terms of pitchfork and horns and tail. I mean, he is necessary for that microcosm of our society. People want that. People want to be entertained in that. That is entertainment. You trying to tell us that we shouldn't do that. That is censorship. And in this country, you have a freedom of expression, and we are free to express who it is that we are and how we are. And you need to understand that music.
You know, the man never said Triple X. The man did not say he's going to.
Well, I'm doing exactly what.
No, I'm not reach this yet. I don't say that ever said. I go back in that part now. We must say for the past couple of decades, our music has gotten more violent. For the past couple of decades, Jamaica has gotten more violent. And our music and art mirrors life. And the art of our music is mirroring or interpreting what it is that our societal norms have become, as it is mirroring what society is. You cannot live in a country where people are dying by the droves and the only song that we're singing is "Where Will We Go?"
I think the broader question can be asked of this, which is something I wanted to discuss in addition to this, which is like a subtopic, was, do people influence music or does music influence people? That is a question I don't think being asked or tackled. And in my opinion,
I think it's symbiotic.
It's a bit of both. It's symbiotic. Yeah. So when you are going to take the stand, so you just did a while ago, where you make it seem like, say, it's strictly the society, right, and the culture
Can I say something?
that influence the music, I do acknowledge that, it is a symbiotic effect, because scamming never just born out of a scamming song, right? Scamming did go on, but then you have a scamming song.
All right.
Based off what the scamming whoever may have seen, and then them say, I'm gonna make a song. I know what that does in turn. Popularize, glorifies scamming in turn, making more scammers, and that just continue the cycle. So people have a more scamming song, a more scamming society, and it's the same with violence.
You know what symbiosis is? Symbiosis no mean say you affect each other equally, you know. It come like you live with a woman.
I never said it.
Come like you live with a woman. And you wanna live in a house where you have to pay rent for, you have to pay light, you have to pay water, you have to pay internet, you have to buy food, you have to buy things and stress of the house. And you say, babes, you know, say we have to share the bills them and them something. A mountain she come in with 3 pillar and 1 rug and put in her house, and you have to pay all of the bills them. And you say, babes, this is not right now. But me I pay my part, me spend money on the house too. Which is not wrong, because she did spend money on the house. You spend the majority of the money on the house, you know. But it's still a symbiotic relationship. You know, the society we live in is so violent. The quickest thing to sing about and the easiest thing to sing about is what we see. You understand? If somebody's going to freestyle right now, and you remember some of the freestyle program, quickest thing for somebody for freestyle about, and the most impactful thing, not only gun, the most impactful thing for somebody to sing about. If you're in here so and somebody come out our freestyle and you say the freestyle, but if the person start DJ and start make rhymes and it start talk about the shirt we have on or the shoes with the lion over there, so
big up Chavez,
and when they talk about all
big
of them
Chavez.
You understand? They are gonna say bomba, the man just talk about everything when I see right there. So same thing with music. What everybody is seeing now in society is violence. So when you speak about violence and you sing about violence, this is what something is most people are going to be able to relate to.
So sing about it in a different way then, like Marrowfly, Head Chop Off, the graphic content of the song. I think is what we mainly have a problem with. This
music
uplift.
is not
and I think
this is what we're seeing. This is what's happening now. But we'll make a change or something.
But dancehall has always been dancehall has always been this violent. Dancehall has always been.
This is what we do want catch up and remember. I'm telling you, remember what you said earlier. When they say so this is what we always know. So we're not going to come out of that. We're not going to evolve out of that.
Dancehall is about
we're not going to see what going on in a society right now. Let us continue this because of what we know.
Remember that when Bounty Killer sang "Look Into My Eyes," they tried to ban that song from radio.
They wanted to ban it, but they never
ban it because they were saying that this song is lewd and it is going against norms, and it sets and it call out the people and it put the people in outrage and all them something.
Bounty Killer.
Ban Bounty Killer. Look into my eyes.
But even so, there's a difference between a look into my eyes and some.
Because even like because Vibes from a port made it say, "Welcome to Jamrock. Camp when the thugs them camp at £2 we need a van back.
As I bring up Vibes promo, he put it brilliantly, and I couldn't agree with him more. He made some tweets. I'm not gonna read them because I don't want to make it seem like I'm plagiarizing.
Because he was saying it, and I'm saying you're right. There's a difference between, and the point that I'm trying to make is there's a difference between reflecting your society. But there's a difference with celebrating
and glorifying
what you see.
It's a very thin line.
Can I ask a question?
Hold on. Before you ask a question, because I'm saying I I used to be like that, where I said that we can't blame music, and it's about people's individual personal choice. And again, I believe it starts at the home. The parents are directly involved in rearing children and being an influential voice in it. But then I said to myself, and somebody kind of bring it to my attention that I am privileged. I didn't grow up uptown, at Dayton, at Portmore, my born and raised. My mom's a single parent teacher. And I didn't grow up into access, but I wasn't also surrounded in violence and squalor. But other people are. And while my mother allowed me to listen to those, well, not allow me, but I guess because she realized I didn't have a penchant for killing and bloodlust, and even listen to like the explicitly, the sexually charged explicit song, I was going out there to hump everything that I see. I am privileged in the sense where I can listen to the music and have a different connection with the music and not be influenced in the way, because I'm privileged to have a mother that was able to guide me and
morals
raise me
and more raising
and to show me that, listen, this is separate from what you're listening to, so don't take it so personal. And again, I'm privileged, but then again, the privilege comes from, again, other people to think that they're so unique and special. Like, this is my life, and me suffer.
Me listen to it and me not feel like to kill nobody.
That is it. You're special and you're privileged in that way. But another person can lison to it, listen it
and
deep,
it affects them in a different way,
and take it to heart, and them listen it. And when them got in you probably not even know. So when the guy did kill the lady, in the church.
Think of popcorn, I'm not listening to.
You think say me not even say popcorn, but let's not even talk about popcorn. But suppose this song where I'm have to listen, because they were doing praise and fucking worship. They were singing gospel song.
I was just about to say.
Well, I'm irreverent in that way, but they were singing gospel songs. They were praising the Lord. It's well with my soul. And you mean for tell me, say, you're in that song there, and you're not moved.
Please talk about the move this side. And this people are gonna bash me for this. But remember that the most heinous things that have been done in the history of the world have been done in the name of Christianity. Remember the mass genocide of the Crusades.
That's a different
argument.
You're moving the goalpost, Trippple.
So don't say I'm not moving the goalpost.
You're moving the goalpost, because that's not what I'm talking about. Because we are agreeing that religion.
I try to normalize what I go on. I'm just saying that you're saying because of the praise and worship.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that, because I'm saying you in the song, like him did have him phone beside him, so let's just say him probably did have a listen to headphones. We don't know what's happening. I'm trying to think of an image. I'm trying to think of something, because you are in there. You come to do a job in the church.
The man is professional. The man is proficient in his craft. The man came to do his job, and he came and executed his job, despite whatever other ailment was there, or whatever distractions were there. Was he right? At the worst thing that it literally fuck up my day, fuck up my meds.
Fuck up my day. As I bring up the popcorn, so I can't really listen to the line there.
Because I didn't want to use it, because there's so many people that
have to use it, because I can say that there has been an increase in them type of lyrics there in the past couple of
people
in the church anywhere, especially in the church, and now we actually see it done.
Yeah.
No,
and you hear them things, and nothing you and your morality not speak to yourself about doing them type of song, or even listening to them type of song there, as a human with morals. And them the type of thing that we've been talking about.
And the point is, and
people
before
go up and say,
before you talk,
just life reflect. To reflect life, and you them just
because these, and I said it. No, hold on, wait, before you say it, because some of these artists want all the power. We have seen an increase.
Yes,
all the power, all the influence, but don't want none of the responsibility.
Ready for say, we don't have nothing to do with that. But when it come out to thing what benefit them, you know, so music influence this, and a music run that, and a music make this cause that, and but when it come on to these important, no sir. No man, you can't look at me as a role man.
And listen, and before you go on, Triple X, I know you have something to say. I just want to make the stance that, listen, I do not think that gun songs and the abundance of gun songs are directly is a direct cause of crime. I do not believe that. That is such a scapegoat and a minimalist and a very basic argument.
I say on Clubhouse what they say it is a lazy argument. When they bring up the example of an essay and you read a book and them say you write about the several themes in which was spoken about in this book and you just write about one theme very well. A very well written paragraph, but just one paragraph, there's 5 or 6 fucking themes in the book. So when the people them out there just want to point the finger at one thing, that's why I say some artists I make it so fucking easy. Because them are look for the scapegoat, but it's a much bigger and deeper problem for be tackled.
Systemic.
I agree with you there, sir. It's a much bigger thing, but it is a problem. It is something to be looked at.
And what is so wrong?
And the artists them now, them go on like say, oh no, and I want to do.
And Triple X, I was listening to you and you said that banning and you're trying to go into censor. Mr. Holness never did want to censor nobody.
He not said nothing about that.
He didn't want to.
And the man say just reality, you know?
He must say, look, it is degrading the culture.
Read the room.
Like, you know, it is degrading the culture. So when people are gonna come jump up now and I try to defend it wholeheartedly,
it's instinctive bias.
It's like look at us. The man in the when I read the St. James article, the St. James Councillor plea of banning the gun, the man is in a desperate state.
It lazy, yes, but it's because of desperation. Because at St. James him live.
St. James is running like freaking wild west now.
Yo,
the man
is
desperate.
The same question I ask the people on Clubhouse. Them make me seem like I'm crazy. You just say that music are one of the top 3 influences of culture in St. James. Top 3.
Everybody wants to be an artist.
Music are one of the top 3 influences.
Music no influence, you know? You never hear me say
that? I ask you.
What I am saying,
is it or is it not?
The top 3 influences in music?
in a St. James.
Yeah.
All right.
Now,
people that react to me like me crazy.
Hold on. You see, all of this what we are saying right now, we need to understand this. The mental capacity of our country has, over the past few decades, have increased exponentially. Some
would say it has decreased.
No. And a decrease, you know, brother. It come like when you look on a Sega Genesis graphics. Compared to even the PS, the new PlayStation.
PS5, yeah.
You understand? You see that will come out right now. And you see the difference in the graphics and difference in everything will come out, and them see the processing speed and everything. Everything is changed because of advances in technology. Because in advances in access to education now, because in the 80s and early 90s, the average level of education, especially in the 80s and 70s, the average level of education of people was not even high school. Was early at school, grade 9.
Yeah.
Grade 9 was the average level of education. In Jamaica right now, the average level of education right now is a bachelor's.
Yeah.
You understand what I say? So society now is much more intellectual than it was from before. So things that we take for granted, like how we express ourselves with different type of literary devices and them something, and same thing we talk about, we can look at things and we can set and break down something and understand it from a certain standpoint and from a viewpoint that we can express ourselves in certain way. The way that we express ourselves now is much more advanced than what it is. If you were supposed to take a song, what was Google the number 1 song in Jamaica in 1990, please? Just Google that, please.
I'm sure it is different from.
But is it? No, I'm getting your point. If you should the number 1 song in the 90s, dancehall song in the 90s, if it was released today in 2020, it would not get any form of traction, none whatsoever.
So what it is that we're in a state of one-upsmanship where we're trying to sound
better or more graphic. Because a lot of the majority of the people who listen to music, I'm not saying that people are not influenced negatively by the music,
all right,
but the majority of people who listen to this music doesn't listen to the music and saying that, okay, this man is really a bad man. We listen to the music and see how the people compose the music.
Especially with these cases that them say being reported in the news.
First of all, you have to remember, say access to information is much more now. You know, Jamaica is probably killing. Jamaica is all right. Murder different from violence. You know,
that is
violence
true.
and murder are 2 different things. You know, I think that Jamaica was more violent in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
You understand? And it is now. It is only that Jamaica is more lethal now that more deaths are occurring because of that. And the reason why there are more deaths is, and I honestly feel, it's the access to firearms that's causing the amount of deaths here. The reason why deaths are, you see, in the late 90s and early 2000s, this was the era of gunmanship. In
where
Jamaica,
there was an order,
where there was an order and a system and a hierarchy. Who get the gun and accountability to where the gun is going and the disbursement of firearms, where you had somebody to address to. In a today's society, because
fringe groups,
because there are fringe groups and access to firearms and money, because there's so much money in rotation in Jamaica right now. You understand me? I say everybody, any and everybody can own an illegal firearm. If you have $20,000 right now, you can get a 9mm semi-automatic rifle that is fully loaded with 2 magazines of shot with $20,000 Jamaican dollars right now. You understand? It might be a gun that probably have several bodies on it, but you still can get a gun for that. If you have $100,000, you can get a brand spanking new gun right now, where you get it for your own. You understand me? I say. So if you can, and $100,000 is nothing right now to somebody. $100,000 is nothing right now. 100,000 Jamaican dollar chicken feed, literally chicken feed. You
Especially when it comes to something that they hear being glorified in songs.
You understand me? And it's not, and it's not only that. And you see the same. You see the worse the country get is the more people are. The more rampant the criminals get in Jamaica is the more rampant the criminals are going to get in Jamaica. Because if you know say a man down this have a AK, you are going to want firepower to be equivalent to what him have or even supersede him. You're going to want 2 AK on your block.
That reminds me of like America and North Korea, like with the music.
It's an arms race. It's an arms race going on in Jamaica right now.
But the thing is in regards to the music though, Trippple.
I go back this, brother. I go back there. Because hold on, brother. A while ago, you said so and you speak from that side of the fence.
All right.
You go from over that side of the fence. You go from the acidity, come back to alkaline. You go from alkaline, come right back to the acidity right now. I try to show you, say, there are the fringe things them are what contribute to the majority of the violence. I'm not saying, you say when the gun is in hand at the person who already has the firearm in hand, that is when, and the person who is already in a beef with somebody or already in friction with somebody, that is where the influence of the music comes in, where it's already in hand. So if we are supposed to think about the action, we need to take prophylactic ways of trying to fight crime. We cannot look upon it and saying, okay, we cannot treat the symptoms of crimes when we're not treating the root of crime. The music in and of itself is a symptom of the crime. Irrespective of whether the symptom causes other heartache or problems, yes, we do say the symptom will kill you. But the symptom, treating the symptom alone will not get rid of the disease. Banning the music right now is only going to make it worse because
and
anything
that
I
you
don't
ban.
necessarily agree with that, but I agree that banning will not solve the problem.
I think banning is going to make it worse because guess what? I think banning is going to make it worse because anything that you ban, you glamorize. Anything that is banned is glamorized.
Okay, I get what you're saying because it's not glamorized. It's like you're forcing it to be on the fringes, and anything that's on the fringes is almost like an
hyper fantasize it.
You
understand me?
What is this thing that is so
bad? And people normally tend to go to things that are bad. And once it get banned, guess what? People are going to try to make for them one worse because the banned thing is what is going to be selling. So people are going to eat this. Are going to make it even worse, and are going to turn up the speed. Awful and how music I get.
Trippple.
So
I agree.
I think hold on one second. You said something about the laziness of the music. I think it is the laziness of our ministers. I think it is the laziness of our government. I think it is the laziness of our security system. I think it is the laziness of the people who we place in care of our country that is causing them to point fingers on Jamaica. Look at this. Them have the state of emergency, which is the laziest form of policing in the world. That has been them put a state of emergency. How long do we in that SOE? About 3 years, 4 years?
Long time.
We are in a SOE. And this make police so fucking lazy. Because policing has stopped. Investigations have gone way down because police feel like say, okay, me here you have a gun, me have to investigate where you get the gun from, how you get the gun. Me here you have a gun, me kick off the door, lift up your mattress, tear up your house because me have impunity based on what the SOE put in it when me go in there, go tear down your place. So I don't know if you have a gun, Somebody just got to dig up your place. Police now try to infiltrate criminal networks now. They might try to use brute force. They might try to use force and police presence to fight crime. That cannot work. To kill a snake in a sense to chop him by them tail. You understand? You have to cut off the head. It don't make no sense to set a boom and say, all right, boom, taking away the guns from people in Jamaica, seizing guns in Jamaica is frivolous.
So what you're
if you
saying,
find 30 guns, 300 more coming
like,
a man.
listen, I understand what you're saying, Triple X, and again, fighting crime is a multi-pronged approach that everybody, like, it starts from the government.
We put too much energy on the SOE.
The system. It starts from parenting. It starts from. It is
True.
so
It's a whole
much.
lot of
that is what the government should
And
exactly.
it's a
and the government invest in a one prong because Andrew Holness going to stand up in a parliament and say him appeal and appeal for more state of emergency in a more communities. That's how we ask the government.
Because
and they're going to get it because Fiend Party in a power.
One of the things that was one of the things that they saw for the SOE that you can't. This is facts. The dance. Anywhere the SOE is placed, they police it. Right? It's a band-aid because them police it. It quiet down for a while. The dance migrate from the community and go elsewhere and set up and do them and conduct them criminal activity from there. So you are right. Listen, you're not wrong, you know. And where everybody are cussing and try all them harden, but them not. Listen, you are right and you're justified. You're an artist. You're sensitive about your shit. You want to be able to protect your creative expression. But what somebody as me is saying, let's not glamorize it. Let's, for the love of God, not glamorize it. And that is the whole point of the argument. And I think that is what so many people are missing. And can I say this?
Go ahead, I have a point
because you are not wrong, Triple. And people who
censorship is a very slippery slope, you know.
Triple. Because what you're saying is what everybody else is saying, and hold them harden about music and whatever. They're not wrong. But all me I say, and all people who are try share what they must say is artists hold some sort of influence and power on the society.
It's not some sort of, great influence
on the society.
The politicians, what the power them used to in the 80s, it could be against the artists who them power them now.
Right. What me I try to say is, the artists them need to stop glorify and celebrate gunmanship, because what they forget to tell, and if them don't forget to tell about what people seem to not realize, is only two ways this goes. You're either going to die, and you're going to die very young, or you're going to go to jail. Whether you're dead by the opposition or you're dead by police, that there's only one fate to this. And all we need for say, and all the artists them need for say who sing these songs, but them driving at them range and them live uptown, them don't really care. They don't really care. And here you are being a pawn in everybody's system, not just the government, police, and the artist system. You are a pawn. You are a dispensable thing that can just go out and you do it and you get your money and you're gone. But listen, at the end of the day, you're going to die. Artists need to stop celebrate it. And that is all me I say. Stop celebrate it. Stop glorify it. Stop make it seem as if this is it. Because enough things we've seen in the country now. Remember when Cartel dead and they said, ooh, what is Lizard? Who is Lizard? Lizard for dead. Right? I mean, Cartel going to prison and Lizard dead, right? Like, people, this is how I know our society is gone, because it comes and goes. It's a serious issue, but unless it's like somebody who we don't care about, or we don't like, or we don't care of.
No,
there needs to be some odd, and again, this is boils down to society at large, and the society on a whole need to work with with everybody and part.
It's a societal thing. Hold on a chip. It's a societal thing. There needs to be. And even Walshify did say it, and when he did say it, I never ever did put as much credence to what he did say as I should have. There needs to be a larger spiritual awakening of the people.
Right.
True.
And this is not an easy task. That's why the politician will find it the easy way out and say, the music. Because them know say it's not an easy thing to do. It's a whole mindset one need to change.
Yes, the politician may say so.
Hold on a triplet. Hold on. It's a whole thing one need to change with our people, Jamaican people, on our whole. And I feel the artists them with so much power that them yield right now, they can be the source that spark that change.
True.
Because them whole heap of power. Whole heap of thing what Ono say go. That's why them use on the fucking music for them.
I can say something?
That's why them use on the music for influence political election and sway.
I can say something?
Or the country go run.
If Skilly Bang get up a morning and stop sing dancehall music, stop sing gun song, and stop sing song where I glorify badness and say, all right, dog, right now, me I got the chronics way out right now. Me only I sing positive music and them something there. Do you think that the demand for that type of music is just going to fade away with him.
You see, once it's done by the people like him on a habitual basis and by more people like him.
Yeah, get used to it.
Yeah, people I get used to it.
No, you're still gonna get because question, answer a question. Me play music, you know. Remember say that me do, you know.
Yeah.
You see the same people them about 50,000 blank for the chronic song them are the same people them about the same 50,000 blank for the Skillibeng song them.
Yeah.
You understand me? I say the same people them.
Well, it's not like we're saying, yo, Skillibeng be a chronic. I've never said that.
Well, me in a dance where I do this all the while.
Yeah.
I'm a player Avril Lavigne in a dance. I play Linkin Park. I play what the song go. I'm gonna play at LAX with my dream and the cardigan. And I say bad man, I say man I crush them weed and LAX with the dream and the cardigan. Yeah, I never and then I put the hands up a man bust blank for that. You understand me? I say cause man them know them song there. Cause you say music is something that this music transcends social networks, so not social class. Socio-economic class, everything. You have to remember this. Music and different genres of music, it's like food. It's once you create a palate for it, it's always going to be there. You understand me? I say, once you create that type of food and you taste that type of food and you like it, you're going to always want to eat it again. Even if you're on a diet, you go on a diet, you know, so you're not supposed to eat ice cream, you're always going to enjoy ice cream same way. And if you don't eat ice cream for 6 years, when you taste ice cream back again, it's going to be the same. So yo, this me did love. You understand me? I say, so if all of them artists decide, say, all right, boom, we don't sing them type of music, yeah. Guess what happen? The man them out there, we are struggle for your boss. We want for boss. Them are gonna come back and come sing the same music where them man they stop though and fill the void there.
No,
because
no.
Triple X, hold on. I have a counterpoint to this argument. Triple X, have you been on a diet? Have you been on a diet?
Yes.
What them said to you that made you go on that diet? What was said to you? Why you go on a diet?
Alright.
Can you need to lose weight?
Yeah, because I need to lose weight, because I need to get myself more healthy and all
I'm
that
sure you
stuff.
were used to having a certain palate at one point in time. That palate need to be changed because but at first, I said some cut out them thing that like drastically. But now, when I said some after I weed myself off of that, I still have them thing there in a moderation. So what I'm saying is this.
But that's the point.
That's the point.
Hold on.
We need to change our politics.
We need to get to a baseline. We need to get to a baseline of where these things aren't so...
You cannot, all right, there is no baseline for that because you have to remember, say, my palette with me do for myself. You cannot treat Jamaica as a human being with one mind and one consciousness. You cannot treat Jamaica as that. You cannot treat our society as say, okay, because this will work for this subset of people, it is going to work for them. You have to understand, say, if you might actualize and say, okay, it is time to change, that no means that them people, let's say it is time to change.
True.
So there is always going to be micro groups that are going to want that type of music.
Then again, they're going to be micro. They're going to be micro. They're going to be a subculture. They're going to be a subset. They're going to operate. If we can come together as a society and a norm and realize and say, this is not what I want for my country.
Read the room.
They're going to be on the fringe.
We have to be realistic in our expectations of what we want society to do. And that is unreal. And censoring art are trying to dictate to people. An artist has to have artistic freedom for do what he want to do.
So you not get no good fuck from with you, just call my number now. Tell me so they look come on and play your first year, girl, call my number now.
Yeah, me dad, me and me G. Baby, don't stop, come please. I'll make you slide in with ease. Now forget no muscle to make your cocky squeeze.
Baby, you say me how you done, me how you G. Take your time.
I want you to take me, baby. Take all of me, don't hold back. You're the burning fire, my soul like. Take all of me, want you to take me. Come give me when me need, don't tarry. Come squeeze up on me.
I each one teach one just for each one. I'm a friend, I'm a star, and I'm me one. So my son never blank for a real one. My fucking friend, them, what me tell about. Are the realest them about. Who them not see the link and come send it up.